Today we're going to create Sierpinski's triangle, or Sierpinski's gasket, as your book refers to it, using a program called GeoGebra. So you need to go to geogebra.org and then go here to this web start because it won't let you download anything on the computer. Okay, this screen is going to come up. It basically lets you graph really anything, lines, quadratics, cubics, lets you make shapes, all kinds of good stuff. So if you pull this menu over here a little bit so we get as big a screen as possible, if you right click and you turn the grid on, okay, that'll help us have some points here. And then also we're going to turn the axes off. So what we're going to do is come up here to this button and create a new point. We're going to put a point A down in the lower left corner. We're going to put a point B down in the lower left corner. Okay, this is going to be the base of our triangle. If you come up to that same button and you click on it, one more over, we go up to this line button. We want a segment between 2 points because the line will just keep going and going. So we drag this over. Okay, now up here it'll actually show us where our points ended up. We want to find the distance of that because I'm asking you guys to do perimeter. So we come up to this button right here. We go down to distance or length, select 2 point segment or whatever. So we say A to B, okay, 24 units. Now yours may be 24, it may be shorter, longer, whatever, it doesn't matter because we're looking for patterns in perimeter. Okay, so now I want to do a symmetric triangle at least. So I know I want a point on the midpoint of this segment here. So I'm going to come up to this button again, and actually one over, and I'm going to go to midpoint and find the midpoint of AB, and it'll plot that there. So then I'm going to create a new point up top here, right above that midpoint. Now I'm going to connect a segment from D to A and D down to B. These should be the exact same length. So I'm going to come up here and do the distance, D to A and D to B. Okay, 16.97. Yours may be different. Okay, now if I ask you for perimeter of the original triangle here, which is what you need to do, this is stage 1, you'd add up these 3 numbers. Okay, I'm also asking you to do area of this original triangle. So we know area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. If you want to find the height, find the distance from here down to there. Okay, so the height of this is actually 12, which pretty much makes sense because that's half of our base. Okay, so heights always have to be perpendicular. So now you can do perimeter and you can do area for stage 1. Now, to create this triangular gasket, we want to get this colored in. So we're going to come up to this button here. We're going to create a polygon. Okay, select all vertices, then click first vertex again. So it doesn't matter what order you do these. Come back to the original vertex and you'll select a polygon. Now it'll color this in for you, which is what we want. Okay, if you right click on it, go to Object Properties, you can go to Color and you can make it whatever color you choose. Okay, if you go to the Properties again and you go to the Style and you change its opacity, it'll make it darker or lighter for you. So I'll have mine be blue here. Okay. Now, to create stage 2, we need to find midpoints of all these segments and connect triangles to them. Since we already have all these distances and you've computed perimeter and area for stage 1, you can just go up here to the clicker and get rid of these so it doesn't crowd your picture. Okay, come up to the point button. We want to do a midpoint from D to A. Do a midpoint from D to B. Okay, now we want to connect these into triangles. So let's connect some line segments. Okay, let's make a polygon. Now we need to get rid of this little polygon in here in the middle. So we right click on it, object properties. Let's make this white. Okay, now that's gone. So now for stage 2, I'm asking for perimeter, area, and number of triangles. Okay, clearly there's 3 triangles here. Okay, you want to find perimeter and area. We already know the distance from A to C is 12. So let's find the distance from E to C, 8.9. So it should be the exact same thing there. So there's your perimeter. Now I would assume these are the same as well, which they all are. Okay, so that should help with your perimeter. And that one's still 12. Okay, so you're easily able to find perimeter. Now you need to do area. So you could do area of one of them and multiply it by 3. So you know this base is 12. So what we should do is find the midpoint from here to here. Then we can find the distance from F to G, so a height of 6. So 1/2 base of 12 times 6 is the area of this one, and you have 3 of those. Now we want to repeat the midpoint process after you get all your numbers for all of these triangles here. And make some new triangles. Okay, once you create all your new triangles, we want to make these polygons. And get rid of the color. So right click on it, make it a white color. Whoops. Let's make the color of that white. Go to style, bring the opacity up, and turn that one into white now. Do the same down here. Okay, right click on it, make sure you have the right triangle in there. It'll turn everything white. Object properties, bring the opacity up, turn the color to white, or whatever you really want. Okay, same thing over on the third triangle. Okay, now you need to count number of triangles that are left. So clearly there's 9 triangles left. You need to do area, you need to do perimeter. So come in, find the distance, from A to L, find the height from K to whatever this midpoint is, and repeat that process. Okay, and I'd like you to keep doing triangles as long as you want here. You could take this, you could shrink this down and make what you have part of a Sierpinski's triangle, and you could start adding around it. So once you've figured out the pattern for triangles, perimeter, and area, you can play around with this. And then what I'd like you to do is do another triangle and do the same properties again, but this time don't have it be such a nice triangle. So offset it like this, or put another point over here and do Sierpinski's gasket with either one of these two. So you can do it with a triangle like this. Just do midpoint, it's going to be off center, or you could do it with triangle like this as well. So it's up to you. So I want you to do that same thing again with those, and feel free to play around with these. There is a way to reflect these and copy them and paste them. I just don't exactly remember right now, but have some fun with it, and let's see if we can figure out what goes on with the Sierpinski's gasket.